Now live.
Happy Tuesday morning, everyone, and welcome to Story Time Live with the Regional District of Central Okanagan Parks. Today we are broadcasting live on the traditional, unceded, and beautiful territory of the Okanagan Syilx First Nation. In the spot we are standing right now, it is in the Sutherland Hills section of Mission Creek Regional Park. And we picked this section because the colors are starting to emerge, fall colors. Got some beautiful colors happening right behind me right now. And it's an exciting time in the parks and in natural places because animals are getting ready for fall. What does that mean? It can mean lots of different things. So while you think about what fall means to you and what fall means to animals that are getting ready for the next season, winter, we don't say it too loud, winter. I'm going to read a story about some animals getting ready for winter in a beautiful, picturesque way. This story is called Kittens Autumn. It's a series. Kitten gets to experience all the different series. It's by a Canadian author and illustrator, Eugenie Fernandez, and her books are really cool because for many reasons, but one is she used mixed media art. So it's fun to look at the pictures and figure out what kinds of things she used to build her pictures. And also because this little animal, Kitten, hides in every picture, so you have to find Kitten. So Kittens Autumn by Eugenie Fernandez and published by the Kids Can Press. Lovely autumn scene right here. Thanks, Ellie. Leaves tumble. Kitten mews. Mew. And you can see some of the things we have in our forest right now. We have thistle. We have an American goldfinch. We have hazelnuts. We have cones, berries. Definitely a sign of fall, even right here in the Okanagan. Oh, porcupine snacks. Chipmunk chews. It's probably not a good snack for porcupine, but they'll find anything tough and leathery like a tree or this old shoe to eat. And where's Kitten? This is a tough one. There we go. Kitten's tail. Oh, look, a hummingbird sips and a caterpillar munches. This is probably a ruby-throated hummingbird, and we do get those here in the Okanagan. And this is a woolly bear caterpillar. This little one, will turn next spring into a beautiful Isabella tiger moth. But they're cute. They look pretty cute and fuzzy right now. They're all around on the ground, crossing trails to find places to hide, usually under bark or in the crevices of rocks. And Kitten's busy down here. Of course, rabbit nibbles and squirrel crunches. Can anyone find Kitten? Kitten's hiding down here. Fish gulps. Bear licks. We have both of those in Mission Creek Regional Park active right now. Oh, where's Kitten? Right there. It almost looks like the author used a goldfish cracker for her mixed media right now. Those are a popular snack. Deer grazes and raccoon picks. Where's Kitten? Kitten's really sneaky in this picture. Beaver chomps and frog zaps. Beaver's munching away on some birch and maybe some aspen. Kitten's on the way out to the next page already. Skunk slurps. Whoa, skunk's eating a worm. Not sure if that would be my favorite choice. And turtle snaps, catching a dragonfly. There's lots of those going around right now. We got a little snake over here, shells. I love how the author used ponderosa pine needles to create grasses. And kittens playing over here. Supper waits, fireside greets. Looks like Kitten's done exploring outside and it's gonna start moving inside. She's seen everyone else eating food, getting ready for winter. That makes her hungry too. I know that happens to me when other people talk about food. We have one last little friend up here. We have a black-capped chickadee going for sunflower seeds. Bet you some of our listeners have that at home too. Door opens. Kitten gets to smell all other kinds of fall smells. We have apples in the orchard, pumpkins in the field. That's super exciting for Halloween. Box of pears, and some kind of pie waiting.
Yum.
And Kitten eats. She's got her own little dish next to the fire. Really neat. You can see the corrugated cardboard, piece of fabric. That would take a lot of work to build this book. There we go. Thanks for sharing that with me. So I hope you thought a little bit while I was reading about the ways that animals get ready for winter. I like to think of it, to keep my memory clear on it, as 5 main ways. So, most familiar to a lot of us would be Mr. and Mrs. Bear. So right now in Mission Creek Park, we have bears getting ready for winter by collecting food. Good morning.
Morning.
And storing it. But they store it in their body as fat. They have to get huge to survive winter when they go to sleep for the winter.
20,000 calories each day.
Oh my goodness, 20,000 calories every day. So no wonder they're stripping all the trees of the berries, digging up grasses, roots, and bugs, and certainly eating our fish. So that's bears. So bears store food, collect food, store it in their body, and they go to hibernate. So that's how they prep. Other animals that may be familiar to you also collect food, but an animal like a squirrel stores their food somewhere else. They don't store it necessarily in the body, but they find a place to hide all the seeds and all the nuts that they collect. And the funny thing with these little creatures is they don't find them all. So the following seasons, there might be new trees could germinate from the seeds and the nuts they've left hidden somewhere. You'll see them scurrying around, tucking them into trees, tucking them underground. Super busy. And if you disturb them, they chatter at you. So that's storing food in your body to hibernate and storing food in the forest to have food later. Now another technique to survive winter and get ready is some animals do something special with their fur. So an animal like this rabbit goes from its summer color, spring and summer color, and they transition or change into a white color, white fur. Why would they do that? Look at how they match their environment. So they change their fur to white so it camouflages them well against the snow, and that means it's harder for their predators like a coyote or a wolf to find them. Pretty smart. So some animals change color. This bird also does it. This is a grouse or a ptarmigan, and there's its color in the spring and summer, and then for winter they turn a lovely white. Same thing, it camouflages them. Sorry, I got sticky papers here. Other animals do something else with their fur. This is a picture of a coyote, and they do much like humans do actually. When it starts getting cold out, what do you put on? You put on maybe a jacket, maybe a toque, scarves, mittens, boots. These ones put on a warm winter coat too. They put on extra thick fur. So they don't hibernate, they don't store their food, they're gonna hunt for their food. So they have to get a nice warm coat on to survive. So their coats are starting to thicken up right now. And last but not least, humans do this too.
Okay, not in times of COVID.
Not now, that's true. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. In case we have some grandparents on with us who had high hopes for this winter. But some animals, like these geese and humans, we travel somewhere warm for winter. Many butterflies do it too. It's called migration. So these animals will migrate. Now they're not migrating to go down to the beach, to lay on the beach, play in the ocean, maybe have some nice cold drinks. They're following their food. So they have to fly to where their food is going so that they can survive.
Got a bee.
Oh, we have a bee. Interpretive moment.
Oh, he flew away.
Oh, I darn. We have a bee joining us. So we have hibernation, migration, camouflage, extra thick fur coats, and collecting food and storing food. All the ways animals will get used to get ready for winter. I have one more story right now. This one's a bit different. I hope you will enjoy it. It says right here, a must for any fall reading. So this one is a beautiful picture story, and it's called Wild Child by Lynn Plourde, illustrated by Greg Couch. And I love this story for many reasons, but it's a very intimate, close story, and it talks about the sounds, the tastes, the colors, and the feelings of autumn, and the feelings it invokes. But it's pretty neat because it's in a relationship between Mother Earth and her wild child, which I'm sure some parents are going to identify with as we read. So Wild Child by Lynn Plourde, illustrated by Greg Couch, and published by Aladdin Paperbacks. And these are all watercolor pictures done on a really thick piece of watercolor paper called museum board. Time for bed, Mother Earth said. Not for a while, said her wild child. A song first, Mom. I need a song to play in my head before going to bed. Any parents hear that every night? Not ready yet. So Mother Earth gave her child a song. Crinkle, crackle, leaves snapple, chutter, chatter, chipmunks patter. Sounds of autumn. Flap, flitter, birds twitter, skitter, scatter, acorns splatter. And such was the song to play in her head. And Mother said, "Now are you ready for bed?" "Not for a while," said her wild child. "A bite first. I need a bite, a little snack before taking a nap." Who's heard that before? I'm hungry just as bedtime comes. So Mother Earth gave her child a snack. Crunchy, munchy, chewy chestnuts. Plumpy, lumpy, pulpy pumpkins. Snapperly, dapperly, cidery apples. Puckery, smuckery, crimsony cranberries. Tastes of autumn. And such was the snack before taking a nap. And Mother Earth said, "Now are you ready for bed?" "Not for a while," said her wild child. "PJs first. I need PJs to get all dressed before taking a rest." So Mother Earth gave her child PJs, a fiery, flaming, reddish nightgown, a brilliant, bursting, yellowish robe, red, yellow, two burnt, blistering orange slippers, and a tawny, tarnished, goldish nightcap, orange and golds. Fall colors. She's dressing her child in fall colors. And that's how she was dressed before taking a rest. And Mother Earth said, "Now "Oh, are you ready?" "Not for a while," said her wild child. "A kiss first. I need a kiss, a smooch and a smack before hitting the sack." I know I hear that at bedtime in my house. So Mother Earth gave her child a kiss, a swooshy, swirlishly, windswept snuggle, a freezing, frizzling, frosty caress, a gusty, blustery, twisty embrace. The winds are coming. A crystallish, icicle-ish, icebergy kiss. Things are getting colder. And such was the smooch and smack before hitting the sack. I think winter is on its way. Mother Earth proclaimed, "So now you are ready for bed." This time her child smiled. Yes, that wild child, with a wink and a wiggle and a stretch and a giggle, hunkered below a blanket of snow, let out a yawn so loud and so long. Her breaths grew deep as she fell fast asleep. This is a good sound for a mom or a parent. And Mother Earth said, while touching her head, "Only sleep for a while, for I shall miss my wild child called Autumn." Then Mother Earth put herself to bed, finally resting her head. Do you think Mom gets to sleep? I wonder. But her eyes opened wide as before her she spied another child, stirring, a swooshing, a swirling, bouncing on the bed. "Can't sleep," Winter said. So her other child, Winter, is gonna wake her up right away. So that's wild, child. I love that story. So thank you very much, all of you, for joining us today on the Silk First Nations land at Mission Creek Regional Park for Story Time. We're going to end the program until next week, next Tuesday. Allison will be our interpreter next week. But if you do want to join us shortly, we're going to just take a tiny break. And today we're also going to do a French story time for any French listeners out there. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful Tuesday. See you next week.